2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. So a moment now to see the story for Jason Tatum.
And guys, this effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. They'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Morant and Caldwell Pope are their guards. Jaren Jackson is out there with Zach Edey. And for the Celtics, the wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Williams is out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Simons in at the point. You know, these two teams rack up the assists. Greg, they pride themselves on playing unselfish basketball.
Yeah, both sides preach player and ball movement, getting everyone involved. It makes both teams that much more difficult to defend.
Well, modern-day big men can hit threes and guard multiple positions. That's Jaren Jackson.
Tatum with the screen on Morant. Left block shot on the way. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by Simon.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Back to Caldwell Pope. Morant outside. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. Out to White. Outside Tatum. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Smooth-looking shot from Tatum. Offensively, he's got everything you're looking for.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. The topic at hand, Ja Morant. His ability to completely dominate at times because he's so athletic and aggressive. Coach said we can't let him live in the lane. We have to keep bodies in front of him and make him work for everything he gets. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you.
Yeah, I like the assertive approach from Jackson Jr., not hesitating for a second off the catch.
And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against the Knicks in New York. Here's Simons. It's rebounded by Memphis. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Well, it comes down to preparation. They were ready for that game and kept the crowd out of it for the most part.
And the Grizzlies choosing to move forward with Coach Islo to head their program. Stan, after he took over as interim head coach late last season.
Yeah, the first Finnish-born head coach in the NBA. He was a rising star coaching in Europe, now trying his hand in the best league on the planet.
So it's the Grizzlies now after Jaylen Brown's miss. He can't hit.
Well, there you have it, their first miss of the game, but still off to a solid start here in terms of shooting.
Dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Now here's Morant. What a tremendous game he played against New York. Simon's on the wing. The kick out to Tatum. This one for three. Jaylen Brown. And that's good.
Lots of development work has gone into Brown's three-pointer.
And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Pritchard, he's checked in for Anthony Simons.
Now into the lineup for the Celtics, number 11, Peyton Pritchard.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Here's Morant. Rebound by Williams. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Just a tremendous run right now for him. 12 straight wins.
Well, you look at the discipline, the way these guys play under control. They never get out of balance when they find themselves in a hole. They just continue to fight, play their game, and enforce their own pace.
good from Morant. Hey, Stan, how about the Boston Celtics? Back-to-back 60-win seasons.
Well, Kevin, winning 50 is a great season. 60 wins is simply incredible. We have lots of regular seasons where no team wins 60. Credit Joe Mazzulla, his staff, and players for keeping this thing rolling. Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And Memphis making a change here. Jerome is checked in, and a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You take a look at the Pacers. They ascend up the list to number 3 with some spirited play.
And you know, for Boston, they've simply been on fire lately, ripping off 5 straight wins to help maintain that #1 spot. And with each additional victory, they're becoming more and more confident.
Now Jerome, after the missed 3 from Derek White. And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Santi Aldama's checked in for the Grizzlies.
Santi Aldama.
Jackson, a screen on Pritchard. Down low, and the dunk by Jackson.
Well, he's the defensive anchor, but Jackson Jr. is reminding everyone he is a force on offense as well.
And it's the Celtics with the ball. 7-point differential. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to specific matchups and style of play. Sometimes you have a difficulty with the team that shouldn't be on your level.
Yeah, that's the endless energy of John Morant. There's no denying that man.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Grizzlies.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
The electric John Morant, the leader of this team, Stan. What's his focus need to be going forward?
Well, look, Kevin, I think it's pretty simple with John Morant. We know how good he is. Can he keep himself on the floor on a consistent basis, which for John means staying healthy and staying out of trouble. If he can do that, there's no question about his ability or his ability to lead this team.
Boucher finds Tatum. Celtics passing it around. And the basket by Hauser.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Morant outside. Puts it up from 12. Rebound by the Celtics. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Give a lot of credit to this coaching staff for preparing them for that kind of environment. They went in and just executed their game plan.
Jerome against Richard. To the paint. And slam dunk by Clark.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Celtics have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Here's Brown with the 3. Traps in the tray. Brown's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for Boston.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively.
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my. Yeah, Morant's got to get himself in that dunk contest. I mean, look at that.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. Celtics trail by 3. And here's Tatum for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
1:10 left to play here in the first. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you, guys. John Morant looking to lead the way. He said, I set the tone. My teammates feed off of it, and I love to compete. That's how we all grew up, playing on the blacktop outside, competing at a high level when there's no cameras around. Back to you.
He's got that alpha mentality. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jackson comes in for Jalen Wells. And it's Scottie Pippen in for Morant. .106 left to play in the first quarter. Jackson passes to Jerome. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And the Grizzlies lead by 2. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Pass to Shireman. Outside Williams. Here's Hauser. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Jerome passes to Pippen. Jackson down low. Boucher defending. Jackson, that's good.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
Here's Pritchard. No scoring in this one. So the wing on the left. Pass to Shireman. And again, Buxton with the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Memphis has gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter. Doing well from long range. Outside Jackson. Here's Clark. Rebound by Williams.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
It'll count. And the last shot of the buzzer doesn't go in for him. What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for the Celtics. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
On the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. Scottie Pippen is out there with Ty Jerome. And there's Jackson. Then it's Santi Aldama. And it's Clark in at the pivot, manning the middle. And Coach Van Gundy, the big name for Memphis is John Morant. But his superstar trajectory hitting a little bit of turbulence.
Well, some of those troubles were self-inflicted, Kevin, but also questions about his high-flying style. As he said himself, the falls can take it out of you.
Pippen, the pass to Jackson. Over Boucher, Jackson misses.
Good O, better D. Sometimes it works out that way.
Here's Gonzalez. Aldama with the rebound.
Hey, he hasn't been at his best this quarter. I'd like to see him be a little more patient.
And Pippen gets it to go.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Celtics leading by 3. Out left to the wing. Here's Gonzalez. Oh, good with the triple. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. And there's the drive. It's stolen by Gonzalez. Inside. Shot's good by Williams. And the Celtics lead by 5.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Count that one. Aldama's got his first points in this one.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And some changes here for the Celtics. Timeouts checked in. And it's Simons in for Gonzalez. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Back to Pritchard. Launches it. Nailed from three-point land. Pritchard's got the lead up to 6 now for Boston.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Ja Morant, he's checked in for Scottie Pippen. And with this break, let's bring up the list of the dominant rookie rebounders in the NBA this season. Morant finds Clark. Outside Jackson. The three from Morant. And Pritchard pulls it down. Celtics leading by 6. There's Williams. His shot is good, making a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Aldama inside, working on Boucher, and the shot is good.
Well, Aldama's size makes attacking from right under the hoop an easy option.
Clark against Williams. And that one, good. Williams has got the lead, back up to 8 now for the Celtics. Greg, you think about the value of those sage veterans on a team, guys that been around the block, played a lot of years. Why are they so important?
Well, a lot of times they'll echo the message of the head coach. And I tell you what, it's also, as a coach, you love having those veteran players because you can trust what they're going to do on the floor. That consistency is really important, not just for the coaches, but the teammates.
And Morant throws it down.
Yeah, when Morant gets a step to the hoop, he's looking to drop the hammer on it.
Outside, Simon. Pritchard passes to Williams. It's Clark with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Pass to Aldama. Some nice passing there by Memphis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the 7-footer, Sante Aldama. You know, Stan, he looks like a guard out there at times.
The way this guy has improved since he's come into the league is phenomenal. You know, this is a guy who's gotten better as a shooter, more consistent, more efficient. But then he's added, like you said, his ability to put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, and his ability to pass off the dribble. This is a very skilled big man. Well, not the place Aldama makes the biggest impact. He specializes elsewhere on the court.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Celtics leading by 5. Here's Minot. Pass to Pritchard. 3-pointer, Simon. It's good from long range. Simons has got his second basket of the night.
How many times have we seen the possession take that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now Jackson. Over Williams. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Jackson's got 19 points.
Yes, we know Jackson can nail threes, but at his core, he's a guy who wants the ball around the rim.
3-pointer, Simon. Connects from 3-point range. Simons has got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for Boston. Here's Morant. 8 points for him. There's a screen by Aldama. Morant finds Aldama. And Boucher sends it back. Here's Simon. And the slam dunk by Simon.
So quick. Simon's using that burst to get to the rim.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. They trail by 11. Pass to Jerome. Now Jackson. Pocket 6. Now Aldama. Here's Morant. Hits the front of the rim and out. Back to Boucher. Outside, Simon. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, his percentage keeps going up. He's adapted to what the defense is showing him.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Some changes here for the Celtics. Kate is checked in, and it's Jason Tatum in for Chris Boucher. Then for the Grizzlies, Zach Edey, he's checked in for Jackson. Brandon Clark comes in for Santi Aldama, and it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Ty Jerome. And so it's Memphis with it. It's a 14-point game. A shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good. Pritchard against Caldwell-Pope. Outside, Simon. There's Brown with the three, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Caldwell-Pope outside. Right wing. Morant with a wide-open look. Here's Edey. Out to Morant. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
He's having a tough quarter scoring the basketball, unable to help them close this gap.
Well, you've got to foul Brown harder than this because he does convert well through contact.
And you think of all that Jaylen Brown has accomplished, Coach? Top of the list. 2024 Finals MVP.
Yeah, look, it's tough to beat that as an accomplishment, Kevin. Win your team a championship and be the biggest part of it. But what I love about Jaylen Brown is the consistency of what he's done throughout his career. This guy has been good for a long time, and he's still got a long way to go.
Dunk by Edey.
Well, with his wingspan, Edey might be the easiest alley-oop target in the league. Just put it up there, and he'll go get it.
Celtics leading by 18. Pass to Pritchard. Fires for three, and taking the bucket on the assist by Simon. Simons has got 4 assists now tonight. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Caldwell-Pope outside. Memphis moving that ball around. Here's the three. Bangs home the trifecta. Caldwell-Pope's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And for the Celtics, their shooting has been brilliant in this game. 67% from the floor. And here's Tatum for three. And the Celtics another three.
Dare I say, he's had a perfect game. Incredible. No misses thus far. A major reason they lead.
The Grizzlies trail by 21. Over to the left wing. Caldwell-Pope outside. Fires the three. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
And it's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Outside for Caldwell-Pope, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
7 seconds left in the second quarter. And here's Tatum for what a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And how about that triple to put a cap on their run here going into the break. Finish that half on a big-time roll.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Celtics out in front, just dominating this one. And we'll be back right after this.
Hey folks, happy you joined us. The action tonight, a bit wild and a big deficit now for the Memphis Grizzlies.
They couldn't shut down the lane. Only thing that would stuff that is prime check. Maybe two of me.
Now that is a scary sight. Two of you.
Well, we're going to need a bigger fridge, Arnie.
And next up on the docket, a look at some upcoming games. The Bucks will face off against the Hornets in Charlotte. Tip-off will be 7 o'clock Eastern.
Both teams could use this win, fellas. I expect this to be very close.
Yeah, you feel like better execution will prevail.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by Jaren Jackson.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first two quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Dynamic duel of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. And Fernie Simons out there with White. And it's Williams at the 7. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Here's Morant, following the basket by Derek White. Back to Morant. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. Brown jams it in.
And great awareness and defensive pressure from White to force that turnover and get them that fast break chance.
I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you. The Grizzlies last season retired the jersey number of the grind father, defensive ace Tony Allen, the player who coined the grit and grind motto that came to define the franchise in the 2010s. Allen was a perennial all-defense selection in Memphis, and his hard-nosed play set the tone. Kevin?
All right, Allie, thanks a lot.
Yeah, no question Tatum can take over a game at a moment's notice.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Simons against Morant, looking to get it going from past the arc. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Morant. Jackson's got 22.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. This break in the action gives us a chance to show you the NBA's current fast break specialists. Number 1, the Celtics. The Grizzlies, 4th.
And both squads extremely adept in transition. They like to get out and run, guys. And this is a battle of greyhounds.
Morant with it, covered by Simons. Pass to Jackson. From the arc. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Outside, Tatum. Stolen by Jackson. The shot misses. Simons with the defensive effort.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's White missing.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Morant. Edey against Brown. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Jaylen Brown.
Well, with Zach Edey, it's about more than his 7'4" size. Skills will develop. His timing will improve. But he's already got the physical foundation of a great player.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Edey. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Williams. It's sent back by Edey.
Well, at the rim, Edey's the guy you have to get past. No chance there.
Jackson finds Morant. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
In perfect timing. This run is exactly what they needed, and it's right when they needed it. They couldn't afford to wait any longer.
The Grizzlies shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Good from Morant.
Well, the word dynamic really only scratches the surface with Ja Morant. The way he moves, his speed, it's all just on another level.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
In the action, here's some numbers for Morant. Averaging 29 points per game, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
The Grizzlies on offense. They're on an 11-2 run. I know some would classify Derek White as underrated. Dan, what's your read on him?
Well, Kevin, I would say he was underrated for a long time, but now I think we've all gotten smarter, and we all realize Derek White is one of the best guards in this league, period. I don't think he's underrated anymore, and I just think it took us a long time to catch up with how good he is.
See how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Boston, a terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know.
And you know, for the Celtics, it's been the kind of start to their season that a lot of experts were predicting. And by that, I mean a very strong start.
Yeah, this is the start they wanted to have, but their goals are much bigger. They're focused on playing into June and bringing home a championship.
And here's Caldwell Pope following the three-pointer by Derek White. Jackson has the open look, trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. To the middle, And slam dunk by Tatum.
What a move by Tatum. Finishing strong at the rim.
There's Morant. He's got 11. For the three, Jason Tatum grabs the board.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Outside Jackson. The tray. And Morant gets it to go on the assist from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight. And Simons has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. And here they go. And that one's good. Morant. 16 points for John Morant.
Overall this quarter, he's getting good looks. And he's taking advantage.
Over in the corner, Brown. Hits it from three-point range.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Morant, the bounce pass. Pass to Jackson. Stolen by Tatum. To the inside. Here's Williams. Finished off the break. Williams has got 4 this quarter. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Boston.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
Well, don't count on Jackson Jr. for big assist numbers, but he'll make smart passes.
Nice ball movement by Boston. And it's White missing. Memphis has got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. And there it is for him.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Williams passes to White. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. White's got 11.
After a lackluster first half, he's playing with a lot more energy now. Sometimes it takes that break to reset.
Jackson, that's good.
Jackson Jr.
Celtics leading by 22. Pass to Tatum. Three-pointer. And again, it's Boston with the 3.
Oh, boy. Tatum has ways to hurt you from every area on the floor.
And good that time. Jackson's got 9 points here in the second half.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
A minute 20 left here in the third quarter. Simons against Morant. Boston grabs the miss. Brown deciding where to go with it. Tatum kicks to Brown. Here's White. And again, Boston with the triple.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
Outside for Jackson. And it's off from three-point range. Boston shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. Tatum, that's for 2. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edey's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Morant against Simon. Jackson passes to Caldwell Pope. And another miss by Memphis. Caldwell Pope's gone 1 of 4 from the field. Brown with the bucket. Brown's got 19 points.
Well, we're seeing this more and more out of Brown. The ability to take over for an extended period of time.
Here's Morant. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Boston, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So on the floor for Memphis, Jaren Jackson is out there with Clark. Then there's Scottie Pippen. Then there's Ty Jerome. And it's Aldama at the 3 slot.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Pass to Minot. Here's Hauser. Buries it from 3-point range.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Minot. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And so here's Memphis after the basket by Boston. Gonzalez with it. Over Pippen. Here's Queta. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
Well, you love the dedication. This is how you have to play. Don't let up just because you're out front.
Now here's Jackson. 5 on the clock. Here's Jerome. And the 3 ball is good.
Good read by Aldama. His selfless attitude is why his guys enjoy playing with him.
To the wing right side. Gonzalez down low. Guarded by Pippen. And he banks in the layup.
Well, that's a smart play. Taking advantage of the mismatch in close.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. And the Grizzlies another 3.
Defensively, if you're going to disrupt his rhythm, you have to put more pressure on him.
Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Gonzalez's shot is off.
Even though it hasn't been his best game, they're still up, and that's what's important.
So, GA, between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game formats, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Morant's checked in.
Yeah, and Morant just makes it look so easy pulling off a move like that. Unreal.
Outside, Gonzalez. And the 3 off target.
Well, and after making just 1 triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Pass to Jerome. Now here's Jackson. A fadeaway. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And you know what? He's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Outside, Gonzalez. Back to Pritchard. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Here's Clark. That's tipped. Here's Hauser. That one's off. Still out of sync. Memphis has gone 2 or 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Jackson finds Morant. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Morant's got 5 points now this quarter. And so it's Pritchard who brings the ball up for the Boston Celtics. Inside, from 8. Queta's shot is off.
Just strong work defensively there in the low post. You got to be tough down in the paint.
Yeah, that's an outstanding defensive stand in close.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Gonzalez following the score by Memphis. Minot can't get it to go.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Jackson. Up top, Morant on the high post, and it's good for 2. Morant's got 15 points in just the second half.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, it'll take time. They need to keep stringing together positive possessions. And defensively, they need stops.
And Memphis making a change here. So it's the Celtics now. Deflects the pass. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
Well, that's just a careless pass. He's lucky that was just deflected and not picked off.
Pass to Walsh. Here's Pritchard. Out to the right wing. Nice shot by Walsh. Walsh has got himself on the board with 3 there.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Back to Hauser. Pass to Minot. Shot clock at 6. Yes, that goes in. Minot's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight. Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
Here's Hauser. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. There are some who will say, GA, there are too many threes being taken in today's NBA. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, if we're cutting back on something, how about free throw? The three-point shootout is arguably the best part of All-Star Saturday, but nobody wants to watch a free throw contest. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Celtics.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jason Tatum.
Well, he was the catalyst for them tonight. Played a great all-around game, and you could see his teammates feeding off his energy.
The Celtics shooting 44% in the fourth. The offense with some ups and downs. Minot, that 3 off the mark. Memphis has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. There's Jackson with the 3. They get the rebound.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
Yeah, they're winning the possession battle, and that's often what decides games in the NBA.
An impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
So it's the Grizzlies now after the basket by Boston. Here's Edey, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Well, when Edey gets strong inside positioning like there, just let him go to work because he can overpower defense.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Jason Tatum.